Humacyte announces fourth quarter and year-end 2025 financial results and provides business update. And so Humacyte experienced a decline in revenue in Q4 2025, with Humacyte confirming total revenues from sales and research collaborations were $500,000 for the fourth quarter. We had seen an increase in revenue from Q2 2025 to Q3 2025 when Humacyte last posted results. During the third quarter of 2025, we continued to execute on our US commercial launch of Symvess, with sales increasing substantially, totaling $703,000 for third quarter compared to $100,000 in the second quarter, said Laura Nicholson, founder and chief executive officer of Humacyte. And so revenue has gone from $100,000 in Q2 of 2025 to over $700,000 in Q3, and then finally $500,000 in Q4 of 2025. And this news was reflected in the recent share price decline, with Humacyte now trading near a year all-time low. And so one of the things to remember in times like this is that biotech stocks are incredibly volatile, and market reactions can be quite extreme in some cases. In the case of Humacyte right now, there is a point of argument that currently the stock has been oversold. You know, when we do look at this press release, there are indications that Humacyte are moving in the right direction. There's the purchase commitment received for a minimum of $1.475 million for a clinical evaluation and outreach program in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. They've submitted a marketing authorization application with the Israel Ministry of Health, and the US Department of Defense authorized funding for procurement of bioengineered blood vessels. All of these have the potential to result in positive announcements posted in the future. But the major catalyst that as shareholders we really want to be paying attention to is the major milestone upcoming, these top-line interim results from VO12 phase 3 study in hemodialysis access. And so these top-line results are expected to be reported by early June 2026. And as shareholders, this is the major share price catalyst, the key catalyst that we need to be paying attention to. Positive top-line results will see the share price spike. We can also see that subject to these interim results, Humacyte plans to submit a supplemental BLA in the second half of 2026. Naturally, the supplemental BLA in the hemodialysis indication would be a huge step forward for Humacyte. We can see here a biologics license approval is needed for Humacyte to be able to market and distribute a product. And so Humacyte's plan to submit a supplemental BLA in the second half of 2026 for the cellular tissue engineered vessel, which is known commercially as Symvess, for the dialysis AV access indication, which we can see right here, is hugely significant simply because it opens up the Symvess product to a new patient population. Currently, Symvess is only approved for vascular trauma, which is quite a niche indication, which is why the revenue results have been somewhat inconsistent, because the treatment is only available for patients who have suffered from incidents on the battlefield or from car accidents, for example. And so Humacyte's plan is to submit a supplemental BLA in the second half of 2026 for the dialysis AV access indication, which would mean patients who need dialysis would have access to Humacyte Symvess.